My name is David Vega. I'm a street photographer. I was born in 1958 in New York City. I noticed a lot of my friends who are photographer majors were photographing and taking pictures. They were all surrounded by friends and a lot of women. So I figured that's a good way to meet women, first of all. Honest truth. So I said, okay, I pick up the camera, and little by little I realized I got the buzz. Took courses and classes in photography, read about the history of photography. Then I realized it's like documenting your life, your family, and your world. So I definitely got more in tune with photography, and I also found it more convenient since living in New York City. There's a lack of space to be a painter. I love to paint huge and large, and I don't have the opportunity, but with photography I was able to do it with black and white film and color. I went to SBA in 1982. First I went to Hunter to study fine art, but they didn't have the programs I wanted. I wanted to be a cartoonist, political cartoonist. I went to Hunter for a year. I worked on the Hunter newspaper. And then in 82 I went to SBA. And it was one of the best times I had. If anything, it really made me more mature. I got exposed to a lot of different people. I met a lot of interesting people. The Lower East Side, the East Village, it was buzzing. It was a lot of creative artists and music, and so I really had a good time in SBA. So it's all those places that sadly don't exist in the city anymore. And it's kind of funny that today these kids, they look at me like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like they ask me questions about CBGBs, the world, all these other venues that are gone now. And I'm very surprised, and I'm quite happy to see that today's youth still talk about it. I feel like I'm a historian, a visual historian. I document the lives and times of New York City. It's a small piece of New York, but it's my New York, and I'm very proud of that. Biggest influence is Milton Avery. He was a colorist. He came in a time of the abstract expressionists, but his work was still figurative, very crudely rendered, but you could make out a tree, a person. But his color palette was immaculate. You couldn't. I wish I could duplicate it, but I can't. As photographers, I like Walker Evans. He's my hero, Walker Evans. He did photographs of the most mundane things back in the 30s. Storefronts, gas stations, trains, and they're beautiful images. And those two really influenced me. Well, I'm officially retired, so pretty much it's pretty chill, and I gotta accept that. Sometimes I get kind of nervous. I say what's gonna happen, but everything's been pretty good. I'm very blessed. I got a wonderful family. I got a great support groups of friends. And it helps a lot, but mostly is working on my artwork. I mean, working on my photography particularly. 9/11 was an incredible time in my life. I was going to go to work at Barnes & Noble's. I was shaving at the time, and I hear this tremendous explosion. I look out my window. I live on the 3rd floor. I didn't think much of it. It was a clear day. I saw no debris, no smoke. Then my mom told me, hey, a plane hit the tower. I said, you gotta be kidding me, how can they hit the tower? So I went to the television and watched the news, and yeah, a plane hit the tower. At the time, my brother was a detective, and he called me and we talked about it. He thought they planted bombs in the tower. I told him, no, they said a plane. He said, a plane? They said a jet liner hit the tower. He said, oh, it can't be, they had to have explosive. I said, either way, we talked. He said he has to report. He was off duty at the time, but they called him and he had to rush in. So I told him, take care of yourself, talk to you soon. So next you know, watching the television, I see the second plane hit the second tower. So then I knew this is real. So I immediately went to get my roll of film, black and white film, started loading the camera. My mom is yelling at me, where are you going? I'm gonna take pictures. He said, no, you're crazy. No, I'm gonna do it. So as I walked out, it was dead silence. So I lived on Rutgers and Madison. When I walked towards Madison Street, I see the tower in flame. You can't describe it. You can't describe it's like a torch gun. shooting me up 20 stories. It was horrific. And I realized I'm not a photojournalist. It's too emotional. And next you know, I heard the swell, people screaming, and you see the tower going down. I was stunned. At the same time, this truck was driving by me, blocked my view for a second, and the back of the truck had these words about what children learns, and about hate, love, racism. And I was struck by that. I felt like I was in Apocalypse Now. I was just like, what the hell? And then I kept on shooting pictures of the towers as it went down, and it was like a mushroom cloud. It was like an H-bomb explosion. And I was stunned, and I cried. I really did. I joined Solas Studio because I believe that artists need a community. Artists need a group of friends to share ideas, to do shows, to discuss the arts. When you tell your parent you want to be an artist, then they're going to hold you and kiss you and say, oh, my son, I'm so proud of you. They're going to say, are you fucking crazy? Are you nuts? And it's hard to explain to people why you enter the field of the art world, whether photography, sculpture, actor, theater. It comes from here.